What's up, guys? Welcome back to Tempe Creek, where we talk about our winery and vineyard operations, and then we sprinkle in a little bit of the other farming operations that we do here. My name is Michael, and today we're going to be talking about filling out your federal winery permits. Before we get started, let's just do some real quick housekeeping. If you're into any of this content, make sure you subscribe. If at any point this content is helpful, make sure you smash that like button. It helps me praise the algorithm so that the YouTube gods may thrust me up into stardom. No, but really, guys, hit that like button. It really does help out the channel. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and let's just get into it, guys. So I thought long and hard about how I was going to help you guys fill out your federal winery permits. And so this series is going to go over several of the different forms. But for this first one, what I decided to do is I wanted to go over the checklist. This way, once you have that checklist, you can kind of go through and work ahead and basically work at your own pace and maybe finish before I get all the videos out. If you're having trouble with a particular form or anything on that checklist, make sure you comment so that I know what is the next video that I should make in this series. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the checklist form so that you guys can see it, and we'll work from there and go through each item so that you guys are aware of the things you need to compile to have your application folder before you send it to TTB or the Federal Permit Agency. Alright, so right here we have the actual website where you can get all the forms and the checklist. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the description below so you can go ahead and click that. So you can get to this website right here, and this is basically where you can work from as you're gathering all your materials for the application. But the main thing we're going to focus on this video is the actual checklist. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. Alright, so here is our permit checklist. Let's go down each item so you guys can figure out what you need to do. This first part right here, guys, is establish your own winery premises form. Is 5120.25. You'll find that on this website right here. There it is. Fill out that form. So that's how you get to it. The next one is the basic permit application. Again, the form number is there. Go back to that website and you can find that one. The wine bond form, most likely you're not going to need to do this. This is because this only applies to people who are going to be making, I think it's 10,000. I don't know the exact number, but I'm pretty sure it's 10,000 gallons. And if you've been paying attention to this channel, that's a lot of gallonage. We only sold like 300 gallons last year. And so for most of you guys, you're not going to need to do the wine bond form. Next, you have to do a power of attorney filing. The next thing on the list is this diagram. Basically, you're going to go ahead and show what your whole area that for your winery is. That's going to be the entire premises, and then also specifically where your building is and all the dimensions and everything inside of that as well. The next form is the environmental information form. That one's basically a form where you put down any risks that they might be for the environment, and you're talking about what you're going to be doing with all the different chemicals and also those sorts of things. Next thing is signing authority, power of attorney. Again, there's a form for this. Next thing on the checklist is this right here, a statement advising that the premises is covered under National Historic Preservation Act. Again, most of you guys aren't going to need to do this. At least we didn't. Let me say that. We didn't have to do that. Source of funds documentation. For that one, you're basically saying where you're getting your capital from. This, for proprietorship, is a little bit easier because you're basically getting it from your bank account. But this is more if you have investors and that sort of thing. A lease agreement. Again, if you don't own the land, or you're gonna need to provide that. Trade name registration statements. For this one, we just basically registered our name in the federal, for the trade name registration, we just registered our name on the federal trademark registration. For that, the personnel questionnaire is actually kind of lengthy. It's a lot of stuff for each person that is part of the corporation slash proprietorship or whatever other business entity you're making your winery into. Some state ID. Moving on to the next thing. Must be submitted for all corporations. Most of you guys are probably not corporations, so you can skip that. Then you're either going to be a partnership or an LLC or both. And for this, you basically have a document about your partnership agreements. You're also going to have all the paperwork for your LLC that you created, and so that's a whole other process for creating the LLC. And we'll go into that in more detail in another video. If you guys want that, make sure you let me know if that's something you guys need help with. And then the last thing on there is your social security number. And basically you compile all these different forms that they have you do, and then all this other documentation, and that becomes your federal winery application that you send in. I know, guys, this is short, but I thought this was the biggest bang for your buck, so that you guys can work ahead and basically figure out what you don't know. And so that it can help you guys fit with the stuff that is a little bit more difficult. I know we struggled a little bit with the forming the LLC because it's a lot of like legalese you have to go through to do that. But we did it ourselves as well. And be on the lookout for future videos on the different forms to fill out your application. Make sure to check out these other videos. Have a great day.